All right, chat. I got something interesting for you here today. A few days ago, I did this video randomly, just a one-off, as spectating the #1 Mr. Fantastic in Marvel Rivals. It did pretty well. People seem to like it a lot. So I figured we could come back with another round. For this one in particular, I'm actually going to go the route of Magneto. Now, Magneto right now, I personally think is the best tank in the game. Strange is very close #2. The only reason I say Magneto is better right now is because he's slightly better as a solo tank, and also the ability to insta-kill Cloak and Dagger, who's like basically picked every single game, is so nice in ranked. That being said though, I had Retro take a look at some of the top Magneto players, and we settled on Mace here, who's actually a former Overwatch player, an Overwatch streamer. I figured we could take a look at what does the best Magneto players do, and not only for you to learn, but maybe for me to learn as well. Wait, this is actually an insane lobby. Oh, these are the stacker lobbies. When you get really high into top 500, you basically have to play with a group or it's gonna be impossible. The games are just so difficult. Everyone's basically waiting to queue. You're playing against other stacks. That's just the way it is. This looks like the Nightmare stack and Mace. And then over here, I think some of these people were from the winning team that won the tournament, I believe. All right, Phil, let's take a look. Let's see what some rank 1 Magneto looks like in. This is arguably, looking at the lobby, this is probably at least a top 50 lobby, maybe even a top 40 lobby or top 30 lobby.
2, 1. You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
When all seems lost, just listen for the sound of thunder. It seems we have company.
This is what
Wait, what?
the battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2. You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
What? No, chat, I know they have the team up, but they don't have the team up. It's gone. So, holy fucking shit! So wait, so Aramori stays in spawn on Witch to let Mace walk up to get close to the fight, to then swap Cloak and Dagger so Mace gets the full like 10 seconds of using the sword for like maximum damage at the start of the game. Holy that's crazy. Does he do a whole lot of damage with it? Not really. But it's still, the things he actually hit get slammed way harder than just a normal left click. So that is crazy. That is the most turbo nerd shit I've ever seen, and I fucking love it. That is some crazy turbo nerd mid-maxing. Okay, so pressuring point. Something you're gonna notice from these games is they're not gonna look like your ranked games. I'm sorry, I'd love to have a game like this look like your ranked games, but it's just not gonna happen. These are both stacked games, so they're playing as a team. And what you're probably gonna end up seeing is they're gonna be playing high ground. They're all gonna be playing like rotating around. Like you might be thinking like, well, my team never plays up there. Well, there's gonna be some differences. So I'll try to point out things to you that are actually helpful, like macro/micro plays. But in this case, the macro of them playing up top, you're probably not gonna be this, not that relatable. Dang, I accidentally used my Twitch Prime on Flat's second channel. Oh, sorry, dude. Oh, so they still have the Rocket team up. That's one thing I've also noticed in a lot of these games is they always have somebody put in the Rocket stuff in spawn down. So they get the armor, but the jump pack too. Just having that for later until you die is so useful. Something I've also noticed is almost hasn't used like shield or bubble at all. Something that you will notice out of really, really good Magneto players is they never want to use their abilities. Like they never use the shift or the bubble unless they absolutely need to. I would argue you probably see it more used on teammates than self bubbles. We'll see as it goes. I think that's my early prediction. The right click is fine to keep using. Just using it as a damage ability, but okay, bubbling here because they're pressuring up. This is fine. When I say that, I want you to take note of that in the mid fights. They're almost never going to be wanting to bubble or shield unless they're disengaging or engaging and trying not to die. Bubbles Thor, make sure that he's fine, then backs away with his own shield. Then we'll play really, really safe is my bet. Yep, is going to play pretty safe until bubbles come back online. Bubbles back online, we can stand here and be sturdy. Almost dies, but has confidence that it'll be fine. Are they gonna, I'm assuming they're gonna try to one-shot the Luna out of ult If the mag on their team bubbles it, that's the only chance they survive. And they did not bubble them, and so they died. Good play. Everybody focuses it. Small tip to you, to anyone, if in a fight like this, if the Hela, like, you see this a lot of time with really bad Hela players, I'm not saying this person did this badly, but like, you'll know what I'm talking about. They shift into your team, like they bird in and then ult, so they're right above you to get a better angle. That's such a bad play to do. Everyone, as long as you just turn and look up and shoot her, she'll die so fast. So in this case, because they lost the Luna and because they're all backing away, the Hela's in such a bad spot. Everyone just waits, kills the Hela ult, and then moves up. Everyone went from oh no Hela ult to just kill her. Yeah, kinda. You know what's funny? The Hela only received a very small buff or nerf, but definitely saw a big drop off. I still think she's insanely strong and just maybe even underrated now. Okay, backing away because they have Storm ult and they gotta look back to save their teammates and help their teammates. Okay, they're more than fine. Bubbled somebody just to make sure. Doesn't have bubble now though, they're probably gonna get someone. Yep. In a lot of these games, like these really, really high stacked games, that bubble, like, it is so stressful to be a tank player in this game because one, it's great you have impact, but two, you genuinely get to choose whether somebody lives or dies. Like, Mace chose the Thor gets to live, and because of that, couldn't save the other person, and so they died to the Magneto ult. You only get to save one. Something you always notice with really good tank players is they always try to hold space. But the biggest thing is in these fights is just watch the bubble usage. Okay, so they lose their Storm. Another thing I've also noticed is I feel like that he tries to use his shield more for himself and rarely bubbles himself, right? So what went wrong there? My guess is, where's the Thor? My guess is they were setting up for a play with the Thor right here. He's up top, and that he was looking to save him, but he gets pressured back just a little too much. Isn't able to go for bubble, so bubbles himself to stay alive, and the Thor just kind of dies again, unfortunately. But gets one. Getting one with the Thor is actually kind of okay. Not worth, but it's better than nothing. Again, more shield. Still has the bubble. Has bubble so can play aggressive. Bubbles a teammate coming out of the Storm ult, so the Storm ult gets two. That's probably the thing that's the most, the biggest standout to me so far is the bubble usage on teammates. So you might be like, Flats, why did that one not kill what the previous one did? Because it didn't look like both of them hit. That one, even though he charged it the whole way, it only had like 7 damage on it. The other one had like 60 or 70. There's technically breakpoints. Like the longer you charge Magneto's ult, the more damage it will do. But also there's a number underneath for how much charge it has. And so if it doesn't have much charge, like it won't do as much. He got bubbled? Did he also get bubbled too? Oh, they are bubbled. Is it still on? When it hits? Yes, it is. I didn't even see the bubble because it was around the corner. They did get bubbled, you're right. I don't think it would have killed either way, but they did get bubbled. So that's what I mean, though, about good mag play. You'll probably see that from Mace going forward whenever they pop their Cloak and Dagger ult here. Bubbling your supports is one of the best things you can do. Like, no offense, there's a lot of really terrible Cloak and Dagger players. They're kind of awful. They will just pop their ult and run into the enemy team. Magneto is the one of the only characters in the game that you have control to stop their feeding, right? So playing Magneto is really nice because like they are fucking terrible and you cannot stop them from feeding, but you can save them at least one time. And if you save them at least one time during their ult, it's probably enough. So it doesn't have it for this one, which is fine. I wonder if the Thor does this really quick. Small thing. Where's the Thor? No, he's not doing it. I thought the Thor might chase the Cloak and Dagger and try to pull them out of the ult. You can do that on Thor, but I'll save that piece of lore for another day. Okay. All right, where's the bubble? Oh! So he tried. I don't know what he's going for. Who is he going for on the bubble? So obviously he wants to get the cloak, but I don't think it has the angle because the cloak's back here. So he's looking to bubble the cloak.
Maybe now you'll roast me.
Can't find him. Cloak's all the way back here. So it ends up going on to the Hela, but then from the other angle, there's an invisible woman who happens to be here. Oh my fucking god, that's tragic. That is actually tragic. They jump away. Boom! Oh, that's so tragic because the cloak gets away with the... Oh my... What a series of unfortunate fucking events. Has been Hobbies things the prime. So, you might be saying, Flats, well, couldn't they have bubbled them? Maybe, yeah, but like, sometimes, chat, sometimes you just have to admit the other team made a play. That's just what it is, right? Like, I don't think that's a misplay to not go back and bubble the invisible woman. The one, they're invisible, and two, you couldn't really have LOS, right? I don't think it's a misplay by the Cloak and Dagger to go back out to choke to give them time so they could fade away. I don't think anyone made any mistakes there. It's just sometimes maybe the Magneto kept a track of where the invisible woman was. Actually, let's see their POV. Did they? Nope. Was aiming for the Cloak and Dagger. Sometimes it just happens. What's the max range on the bubble? I don't know that off the top of my head. You have some pretty decent distance with it though. I don't know the exact number though. It has to be somebody's fault. That's the thing though. It doesn't have to be somebody's fault. Too many people in this game are way too hyper-focused on blaming people, and there's nothing wrong with you fucking ranting to yourself with your mic muted. You can you could flame the absolute fuck out of all your teammates with your mic muted. Just don't say anything to them. Just let it go, right? But like, the difference is though, once you start flaming all your teammates, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you suck. Like, I hate to say it, but you're kind of terrible, right? Because one, it's never gonna make them play better, and two, so many times you end up being wrong, right? Like, there might be something you didn't see, or someone doing something that didn't get noticed, or hell, like, they might have just hit the craziest fucking shot, you know? Okay, bubbles that, nice. Tough. I'm assuming the reason for the ult there was because it's pretty much like they're trying to cap here and just win the game instead of saving it for a support ult. Maybe kill them before the ults come up. So that's what I would assume. I typically end up saving my ult a little bit later. Oh, wait, the Thor did the tech. So we'll save it for another day, but Thor's can do this nice little thing where you can basically just execute a support. Their support literally, had ult. They just got ult as they died. Boom. Explodes. Good round. You might, honestly, you know what's funny? Magneto play is not flashy. That's probably the worst part about it, is it's not very flashy. Sometimes you don't feel like you're doing much, but you're actually doing tons. Goes up early to get a good right click, puts up the bubble, gets his right click back, backs away with shield because it was putting a little bit spooky there. Good poke. That's one good part about Magneto is if you ever played Overwatch, if you played Sigma in Overwatch, you didn't always have to have the most insane accuracy with your left clicks. You could just hit near them and the explosions would do damage. Magneto works the same way. So sometimes aiming for area is actually better than aiming for targets. That little spot right there, right here, aiming for this corner is actually so much better than trying to track people walking by, because watch. They're all gonna walk by it at some point. You just shoot in that same spot, you're gonna get tons of damage out.
Comments that made me wonder, how do you know when Magneto's ultimate is about to reach its breaking point before breaking?
Wait, like from taking damage? I think it goes up to 100. Once it gets to 100, it explodes. It flashes red at like 80. 80 is like, that you gotta make that, you gotta send that. It's gotta fly, you know? That's why when you ult when a Punisher is ulting, you basically throw it instantly because you'll get like 80 or 90, you know? Magneto not being flashy is true to character? Really? I know nothing about Magneto, so... I know... oh god. Next time I say anything about Marvel's Universe stuff, someone's gonna come and knock on my door. I think the last time I said, like, who's Colossus, and, like, I got, like, 20 things that were like, oh, how do you not know who Colossus is? So I was like, oh, I don't know, dude. He's trolling. He's engagement baiting. He's baiting. It's like, yeah, you caught me. Hey, caught me. Engagement bait. Yep, that's exactly what it was. All right, let's all move on. All right, so something really, really interesting in this section right here. This looks so boring, right? Like, this is just looks boring as shit. But you'll notice that he's always playing the back corner of the cart. The reason why he's playing the back corner is, one, if there's people that choke, it makes it a little bit harder to shoot you because you get the car here. Two, you're playing at the edge, so you're still able to keep going on to point and backing away if needed. If he really got pressured and lost his abilities, you just jump back through this window. Three, their tanks actually have to push through the window and try to kill their supports because otherwise he'll just live for years. So that's why what you've actually saw is the cap in the back line forcing, and that's why their Magneto's so deep because they're trying to force their supports to actually be in a bad spot. And the trust is there. The tanks just say, nope, I'll be fine. I can live here. Don't you worry. Do your thing. You handle it. I'll poke a little bit. And just being able to cycle through your cooldowns, play down around corners, play in a safe spot is the way to go. You would never want to push that deep unless you have your cooldown up, like your bubble. So, like, even though he wasn't looking at the Hela, almost died to a 2-tap, but has the... Yo, we saw that. We fucking saw that, bro. What are you doing? Bro, why are you guys gooning mid-game? Why are you guys gooning mid-game? What's wrong with you?
I will crush them all.
Massive Duck, thank you for 10 months.
You cannot hurt me.
A little help, please.
Why did you pause on it? For science, okay? Alright, so this is all just poking. That cap's probably dead. Yeah, push your advantage. Anytime you got an advantage like this, you have both your cooldowns up, you have your tanks alive, your supports are alive, you're always going to look to get more damage, because you might get another kill. That's just an ego ult. I'm not going to pretend to you guys like that's a good ult. That's an ego ult, 100%. That's just, haha, I got my ult here, I want to kill you. That's it. That was ego. That was pure, unadulterated ego. And you know what? I respect it. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes you're just like, you know what? I'm going to kill this guy. Go. But there is also a good argument to be made, though. Puts him back in the spawn, takes more time, yada, yada, yada. Granted, though, sometimes, hey, sometimes the psychological warfare helps.
I am ready to put on
I could not tell you what's happening right now. I saw there's a cloak ult that went off. Okay, so now what's he gonna look for his bubble? Doesn't actually get a chance to bubble anyone, but then again, everyone hit. I think the cloak survived. I think the invisible woman jumped through that window back there, ends up dying though late. I think he got chased. Where's the cloak? Oh, so this is a good play by Aramori. Like, she goes all the way deep. Look at how deep holy shit! So, Magneto can one-shot Cloak, right? And so, after they pop Maggle, literally beelines for, like, the back corner, because there's no way the Mag's gonna be able to come all the way back here and kill the Cloak. That's a good heads-up play. Then back here, I think gets run down by their tanks, but I think they had survived beforehand. So, a little bit unfortunate there, but there was definitely the play to be made on the bubble if needed. I think they're probably dead here, though. Yeah. Unfortunately, the cloak ult is, like, really deep into their spawn, so no one's able to really use it. Even though they survived, it just kind of tough. Sometimes it just happens. Now, how are they going to hold this? Also, love seeing a Captain America, by the way, in these super high rank lobbies. Love to see it.
I feel like myself again.
Backing away. Just keep backing away. Wait for everybody to come back together before you go back up. This is just classic poke. Nothing crazy here. Putting a lot of damage on this Magneto. Mostly because I think the Magneto's solo, so like doesn't have as much sustain. Well, actually, they get the Thor back, so now I think Mace is probably going to get a lot of pressure. Ooh. Okay, so I cannot tell what's happening because of the cloak and dagger fade. But I think they're probably going to go for an ult here and try to kill the Luna. Misses, unfortunately, but that was the right play. Try to kill him, I think. Oh. Whoa, what was that? So they very late cloak and dagger ulted, actually, which is really nice though, because that keeps the ults reset. So Mace should somewhat get an ult close to when they're cloak and dagger ults, because Luna will probably beat them to ult, but they don't want to double support ult, so that's actually pretty good. Self bubble will help take top. You just want to push them off, because if you leave them up there, they're gonna attack your backline. That's basically what Captain America does. If you never saw my unranked to GM Captain America, I basically just I just literally went running around in backlines the entire time. And the advanced version of doing that in these higher elo lobbies is being able to do it, but like with so much precision that you never overextend, you never really try to die. See how the Cap's still alive, still running for his life, but he's able to do enough damage through his pathing and with his like pre-fight adjustments, and that's why like clearing off that high ground is really important back there. Oh boy, that was an interesting Captain America ult, but I think he just kind of had to pop it. Good bubble on the storm, staves the storm. Did they double support ult? No, the cloak actually built ult way faster than the Luna. Wow, that's interesting. I'm surprised at that. Has to touch last second. Ooh, I can see the vision. Pops Magneto ults, because Magneto ult acts almost like a defense matrix in Overwatch, where it'll eat all the incoming damage. Unfortunately, though, the Invisible Woman ult's slightly late, so he still takes damage on the way up, and it's just kind of unfortunate. Ends up dying. It was a good idea. It was a good idea as a play. It just was a little bit late from everybody working together, unfortunately. But the idea and the theory behind it is, like, in those situations, touching and contesting with ult is worth it, because one, he's eating a bunch of damage. Two, your tank's on point. Ults are coming up back online. And three, if you got lucky and actually got the ult off, could have potentially killed the Luna before they used their ult. But it doesn't come together. Another instance of, like, you know what? We were a little bit slow on the ult, but they also just made a good play. Has to back away. That was a little spooky. I think this Magneto, though, on the right might be in trouble. No. They're alright. So they clear off the Hela here after. Clearing off high grounds is very, very important. Gives your backline more ability to peek out. Like, that's the, like, all of this tank play, it's so not, it is kind of boring. It's not flashy. But the macro of, like, clearing off high ground there, of bubbling your teammates, you know, controlling space, using your ult just to contest, those are all things that, like, good tank players will do. You know, it's not always about getting kills. That's one thing that's actually very important. I don't think enough Marvel Rivals players understand that you trading for kills is not worth it, right? Like, if you run in, kill somebody and die, that is not worth it like 80% of the time. You know what it is worth it? If you go in there and kill a support with ult before like a fight starts and you don't have ult and you're not even close. Like, maybe. That's like one of them. But other than that, the trading's like not typically worth it. Okay, no bubble up yet. What? Has ult for the cloak ult, or bubble for the cloak ult if needed. Hasn't used it yet. Hasn't needed to use it. Oh, their mag dies, so now it's free to do whatever. Everybody's just gonna turn and shoot the Hela. Oh, never mind. They died. Now we run. Oh yeah, everybody has to run. Hopefully no stagger here. A stagger here could be disastrous. Oh, gets away. Gets away huge. Not dying there was awesome, but also because they backed away and didn't die and still get to come back faster, like they can hold a little bit more aggressive here. Instead of holding at the pillars or for last fight, they get to hold at the choke, which is a little bit more advantageous. Jesus Christ, CC Simulator. I think he just got rolled. I think the hella pull, that was it. Just good night. Bro's getting pushed back because he didn't pre-goon this fight. No, actually, you know what? Everything went downhill after the gooning. I'm just telling you. That was a pretty good ult. Doesn't kill anybody, but holds it almost the entire time. That way, the Thor. That's actually something really interesting. So remember we were talking before about how using the ult on point was nice, but even though he died instantly, he didn't get a chance to like really show it off. This is a good example of using the ult for stall, where it's actually really good. So the Thor's on point down here, getting his absolute ass beat, has mostly shield, has about half health, but most of his shield that makes up for it. Instead of looking for like a direct kill, like only looking for a kill out of it, holds it almost the entire way, still tries to get the kill, but holds it the whole way just to use it as almost like a defense matrix. That way you can stay alive for longer. And hopefully buy some time for your supports to come back, which looks like they might have. I think they're probably still gonna lose this fight though. Yeah, there goes the Invisible Woman. Yeah, and they're just gonna get chipped down. Yeah, the Cloak ult was coming. It just was a little too late, unfortunately. Did she have like 1 HP left? Yeah, she almost died. It almost killed her. And now they have overtime spawns, so they're not gonna make it. Well, actually, wait a minute. The Cloak ult was huge. Now the Invisible Woman ult. Hang on. Wait a minute. They're kind of cooking. Well, no, I think, well, no, they lose this. No, they lose this. Yeah, they lose that. Okay. It was still a good hold, though. Still a really good hold. Right. Let's go back again. So now we're back on defense. They had a really good hold the first time here. Magneto's really strong here. Being able to poke. No, you don't even have to hit the directs all the time. Just aiming for area a lot of times is really helpful. Like when I'm aiming, like I'm not the most mechanically gifted gamer out there, but if I'm poking at these chokes, I'm almost always shooting right here, and I'm always shooting like on the corner right here, even if they're not peeking, because the explosion damage will do damage. Takes a lot of damage, so backs away just to be safe, but gets healed back up, just takes that space back. Oh, that's one thing that I don't know if I've really pointed out enough is whenever they can, they're always pressuring these flankers. So like the Storm who's off angling, always pressuring the Storm. Gets them half HP every time. Doesn't always get the kills, but just getting them half HP is enough to be annoying. Requires them to get healed up, can't let them play aggressive. Poking backline, not even shooting tanks. That's actually something you maybe have noticed throughout this, is honestly he's not really shooting at their tanks almost ever. Always shooting at supports, always shooting at DPS. Like just straight up fucking ignoring the Magneto right in front of him. And the reason for that is because like look at how much they get pushed back, right? You want to see that from an up top view? Let me show you what that looks like from up top. As the fight develops, you'll see it, they all walk in and they push them back. So now they're kind of like back in this corner. But as they take the fight back from them and start driving them back, they're going to be able to swing back out here and put serious pressure on them again. So after they deal with the Captain America, boom, look at now everybody's going to swing wide. And now they can't get through because everyone's holding really strong. Now they popped a support ult to walk back in. We'll see how that goes now. But this is all positioning. This is literally all positioning. You know what? This is making me feel a lot better about myself. I also missed 7 shots in a row like that. Oh. And they win that. Alright, so they hold. Now it's the attack. Are they gonna do the same little tech again?
The battle starts in 5, 4.
Yep, look at it has the cooldown still sitting here.
To stop them from securing the mission.
And then pops it, so then they can swap back to Cloak and Dagger. That's crazy to me. Whoa, wait, so he uses it to tear down the buildings? Wait, maybe I didn't catch that the first time. Was he not intentionally going for damage? He was actually going to break down the walls and to break down the high ground? If so, that is actually genius. I didn't even consider that. A lot of pressuring the storm. Could have killed the storm there if the right click connected potentially, but uses the rocket jump and also the Magneto glide. Magneto glides if you hold spacebar while falling. It's not worth to stay up there though that time, but I see the vision. Okay. Pressures out the mag a little bit more. So this is actually one of those times where shooting the tank actually kind of works out, just because like Cap kind of can't do anything right now. Like Cap's just kind of bad here. So by pressuring him so much, it makes their supports come out of hiding. And so now that the supports had to come out of hiding to heal the Cap, then switches over to the flanker, who is the Hela in this case. And my guess is either they're going to try to turn and kill the Cap, or they're going to really pressure their backline. Okay, so they killed the Hela on the flank, so which one will they go with? Are they going to... The Thor's going deep. Dude, what the cloak? What in the world was that finish? That was a really awkward ending. I think they tried to ult out the window to touch and missed. But also having the Captain America there was just kind of not great. And they also just C9'd. Yeah, they basically C9'd for a little bit, trying to survive to build up the ult in time. Then got hard pressured into the corner because I think the Thor kidnapped him. Did Thor kidnap him away? Oh my god, kills the Luna? Oh no, they just walked away of their own accord. Okay. But yeah, all of it's just positioning. All of that is genuinely just positioning. I think they probably had a better chance of touching if, you know, they hadn't gotten obliterated on the Cloak and Dagger ult and on the defense, or jumping out the window. But even at the #1 level, even at the rank 1 Magneto, like a lot of it's just macro play. Like playing tank is so much more macro than you probably think. And even me looking at this just now, I was like, damn, like I probably either play a little too aggressive sometimes or like don't bubble other people enough. So yeah, there you go. #1 Magneto gameplay. Retro gave me a second one. I'm gonna speed run this one though. Same player. I'm not gonna pause and analyze nearly as much because it's only a 15-minute game, so it's gonna be much quicker. Retro told me this one was actually much more interesting. Apparently the ult usage was really, really good.
The battle starts in 5.
It does the same tech again with the whole Scarlet Witch thing, and now gets to walk high ground with this amazing ability and actually pump out damage. Holy hell. That does so much. Already 24% ult charge just by having somebody sit and spawn really quick so they can hit their button one time. That's crazy. Pulled in, Loki clone saves. Immediately hits right click, double right clicks, almost kills him. So something really, really important here that you should take note of is they didn't even care about the cart until they cleaned up high ground. Cleaning up high ground is super, 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 super important, especially as a tank player. Way too many people try to go force cart, and I understand why you do that. Like your teammates are yelling at you, guy, tank skin on point, tank skin on point. It's like, if you didn't see my video the other day that went out of Plat is like hell, Retro made the title, which is funny as shit, because like Retro sometimes trolls me a little bit with stuff like that. But like, I was getting hard screamed at by some random Plat players. Hard screamed at. I was not playing badly. I was not playing wrong. Like, they just could not analyze what was actually happening. So like, it'll even happen to me, right? You think like, oh, streamer, like it wouldn't happen. No, it does. It does happen. Like people are not smart in these types of games. And that's okay. Like, they'll learn. But if you watch videos like this or watch content like this, you are probably way ahead knowledge-wise than a lot of people that play this game just for fun, right? Or just playing like on average. So yeah, you might get yelled at, but that's okay, because clearing high ground is the correct thing to do, and you'll probably win more games in the long run. So, I was like, wait, why is he shooting the building? I forgot the buildings work in reverse in this. So he's shooting the building there to get it to build up. That was gross. That was fucking gross. So that was a good example of killing the Cloak and Dagger easily with the Magneto ult. That was the Loki copy version. But you know what it means. You know what I mean.
Oh boy, here they come! I feel like myself again.
Spectating bronze. Is this a silver lobby? YouTube, you guys gotta get it together. You guys you cannot make this your reputation. So did he actually get the shield off?
Feel the wrath of the goddess! Magneto!
Did he miss? Or did he get the shield off? Because the shield's kind of weird. Like, the hitbox of it, like, is much bigger than you think. Did he actually get the shield off on that? Huh. Well, either way, they didn't die to it, which is nice. Turns around, bubbles. Who'd he bubble? Instantly turn around, bubble.
I feel like myself again.
Yep, instantly bubbles the cloak on the way out. Boom. Continues to fight. It's like, I did my job. Now they have the Cloak and Dagger ults. I just realized this lobby is two... Well, yeah, 2 Cloak and Daggers with 2 Lokis. Oh my god, there's just so much rivaling happening. Okay. This is, yeah. This looks familiar. This looks very familiar. You might be saying, well, what do? You just wait. You're just gonna wait out the ults, build up your next one. This is why Magneto is so good right now. Doesn't get anyone there. That was a little bit of an early Magneto ult. I might have would have kept that a little bit longer. I understand the theory behind it. Trying to maybe kill their backline before they get another set of ults up. I mean, it works out, so.
Now might be a good time to stop them.
I don't know, maybe I'm the one being too conservative with my ult. Maybe if I build it really quickly like he does there, because like their ult cycle was really late. Maybe just rip it. Maybe just rip it and see what happens. They're going for a storm ult already. Interesting. Bubbles. Backline. Yeah, it gets absolutely 0 value with that. That was crazy ult. What in the world? Interesting. This lobby is not as insane as the previous lobby, by the way, that we were looking at. I just want to make that clear. The last lobby was like a top 20, top 30 lobby. This one has a lot of good players in it, but it's not the same caliber as the previous one. Alright, has bubble, gonna look to bubble the Cloak and Dagger. Boom. Holds it a little bit longer to make sure it doesn't hit the storm. Very nice. Gonna go for his own ult. So something you might notice, something he's been doing on every single one of these ults, is that he always hits him with the pump fake. You know what I mean? Like, it's like... Just kidding. Like, it always, like, turns back around every single time. Always looks is gonna go the opposite direction, hits the pump fake, and then goes back the way that he was thinking. Now we're just back to rivaling again. Yeah, now we're just back to rivals. 10 million abilities. Uh-oh. Everyone's just gonna play the back of the cart. Make sure he doesn't get value out of that. Yep, now after their own storm ult's gonna go off. Oh yeah.
Have a great day.
Yeah, I think they're probably a 4-stack in this group. That would be my guess. This is probably a 4-stack because like those. Well, I pointed out to you when the next round starts. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. Like these 4 are crazy players. So it's probably 4-stack in this one. Now you'll see the same thing like what we saw in attack in reverse. Really holding high ground is important. Gives you better angles. Really helps you pressure a lot more. Actually drops down to contest cart. Is he solo tanking? Oh, he is solo tanking, that's why. Okay, so dropping down here actually would be the right call because their tank is on low ground too. But they're both solo tank. So if there was a second tank, he probably wouldn't drop. If the other team had 2 tanks, probably would not drop either. But because it's solo tank versus solo tank, dropping is actually perfectly fine there. Has to just wait out the Punisher team up. Getting really good damage on their backline. Shoots the Magneto every once in a while, but isn't always focused on him. Kind of more focused on poking their backline. If you had 2 tanks, would it be better for 1 up or 1 down? Ideally, probably both up. Both are going to be up until if one of their tanks goes and touches point, then you have one of them drop. Ideally, though, it's both until they force you out. But in this case where the... Jesus Christ, that Punisher team up was crazy. In that case where their only tank is playing cart, then you would have 1 tank drop, yes. And then the other one would play up top to make sure it's still safe up there. Oh my goodness. Also, small tip for Magneto, if you didn't know this, Magneto's shield doesn't have a health pool. It can take unlimited damage. It's on a timer. So standing in front of the Punisher there with the shield up is totally fine, because you're just not gonna die. Everything else since then, couldn't tell you what's happening. Everyone's just hitting buttons. Alright, so they end up dying. They just must have lost the ult rotation somewhere. Who fucking knows? Between getting blinded, between getting... They did it on purpose. Wait, they all looked lost and confused on purpose. Wait, they called to die. Holy fucking shit. This is okay, this is they're playing as a group, really high lobby, basically calls everyone to die because the Adam Warlock has snuck off into a corner somewhere and hits the res, hits the 4-man res. Everyone comes back to life. And they're on high ground, and they're caught with their pants down. Holy shit. Look at them, they're all so low in here. They're all low as shit. They all run in, try to kill this damn Punisher, just running at him. Poor Rocket's getting run down. That was evil. That was genuinely fucking evil, and I loved every second of it. I think that's a good example, though. See what I mean? Like, why a lot of, like, really these high lobbies, like, people will play together. Because, like, I don't know. You're not going to probably get that type of team play with randoms in Plat, you know? Wait, he's not in it. He's not in it. Oh, it happens. I kind of missed. Not going to lie. Kind of missed the ult on that one. Still good play, though. You still want to do that. Punisher basically just gets annihilated. You basically pop your Q and then instantly throw it on Magneto, and you will kill the Punisher almost every single time. You just kind of have to hit him a little bit more dead on. Oh, more rivaling. Gonna bubble his own cloak, make sure they don't die. Boom, saves him from the Magneto ult on the other side. Smart play. Now everyone sits here and just spectates each other while everyone just runs around in circles. They almost have another Adam Warlock ult. I think he tried to run back to shield him maybe, but I don't think he was able to get the angle. I saw the vision though. Look at all the clones. Punisher's just kind of running it down. Alright, they're probably gonna lose this fight. I think their DPS just died in their backline. Still holding really strong though.
Execution.
Why would they pop that? The hell? Oh my god, it's gonna get another huge res. Yo, Mace. Oh, brother, that one was... This is a moment that even the #1 players sometimes do stupid shit.
Almost there.
Even rank 1 players sometimes do stupid shit. I'm sure he thought he was gonna get healed the second he spawned in, but Punisher ult's still going. That was just, you know, that's a little oopsies. That happens. Oh, big ult. Oh, hits the storm with it off the post. I think that was another example of like trying to use the ult to stall out sometimes so you can get people to come back. I honestly, I couldn't really tell what was happening because of the fight before dying. I don't know if I would have personally ulted that one, just because like, I don't know. I think that one was kind of lost. But I honestly always respect people that go for the more aggressive play, even if it's like, as long as it's not like a 0% chance play. Like it's like, okay, like yeah, if that ult kills somebody, stays alive all the way through it, stay alive after too for a few more seconds, might have actually had time to come back. But like not a sure thing. Jesus, you guys do not let up. Just keep W keying all the way through, chase them almost to first point. I mean, you kind of do chase them to first point. Alright, probably gonna have to learn to look, or not learn, turn to bubble somebody. Yep, turns to bubble the Loki clone version. Oh, did he shield that, or did it get cloaked? I don't think it really matters that much. But I think he was trying to shield the cloak and dagger that was on the ground. You know what, actually it does matter. I wanna look. Okay. Is this what I think it is, actually? Where's the copy? Copy's there. Wait, does he mistake the real cloak and dagger for the copy that's ulting? I think he does. Oh, what? Wait, the real cloak and dagger just cloaked and faded the Loki version at the end of their ult, because the Magneto ult would have killed him. Holy shit, that was crazy. Because the bubble's here, and it's gonna run out. Gets faded. Holy hell, that was crazy. That was actually nuts. I'd be pissed. I'd be pissed if I was the like Magneto, I'm gonna be honest. Oh, now everyone hits their buttons again. Hits the cloak, gets rid of their ults, because it wasn't the Loki version, so it will die instantly. Good shot. That's a good example of the killing cloak and dagger with Magneto ults. As long as you wait for 3/4 of the thing to charge, and you hit them pretty much dead on, you'll kill them. Even if you don't have much, even if you don't have damage charge. Oh my god, playing so aggressive. I know there's only 15 seconds left, but... So they get one back. I'm assuming they play really aggressive here to force, even if they die. Oh my god, they got the res. Well, they found him this time. They weren't getting away with it twice. Okay. Alright, guys. Alright, guys. You know, it was a good effort, but... They might even have time to retouch, actually. I'm gonna cheat. No, they don't retouch. Hey, it was a good idea, though. They all die on that corner, get res, potentially come back, but the other team has just picked up on it now. And they're like, nah, we can't let that fly. Yeah. Gets caught a little bit. All right. They're kind of getting steamrolled a little bit right now. So the play is pretty much just chill. Start building your ults, take your time, get a regroup in. What in the world? That Punisher is aggressive.
I require some aid.
Oh, Flank gets a kill. Here we go. Time to kill the cloak again. Gets the raccoon? Alright, you know what? Sometimes it is what it is. Maybe the cloak was bubbled, but I also don't think it would have hit. Okay. Just trying to back away, stay alive, see if we can get one more fight. Oh, loses the cloak, unfortunately, but they do have the Loki version. If they so choose to pop it, which, wait, no, actually, no, they don't. They just finish the ult, never mind.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a win.
So he's gonna have to hold on for about a year here. Uses the Loki pylons to stay full health. Oh, and then the storm just kills 3. You know what? It's nice when the storm just goes in and kills the entire enemy team, huh?
Rise, my friends!
Yeah, and there you go.
2,
The
2,
rank
3.
1 Magneto. It's not flashy. It's genuinely not flashy. So if you're someone who likes to play flashy characters, you know, and hit big shots
Just
and
wanted to
pop
say
off
I
on the kill
appreciate you
feed,
being a chill, laid-back streamer. It's
Yeah.
nice to just relax without having to hear and see a bunch of nonsense like some new streamers do. Stay golden, Pepe PLS, Pepe PLS.
I think that there's a little bit of something for everybody, you know. But I appreciate it. But there you go. The rank 1 Magneto. It ain't flashy, but if you want to win, good hero to play.